the behavior and movement of the Earth in space has different aspects, okay, which are relevant to life on Earth. Okay, so one thing, for example, is that the Earth rotates around its axis. Okay, it rotates. Sometimes it's day, sometimes it's night. So it gives rise to the diurnal light cycle. And the Earth rotation also induces something that we call the Coriolis force. Okay, what the Coriolis force does is it actually produces circular weather systems on Earth in the atmosphere, cyclones, and in the ocean it produces also circular movement patterns which are known as eddies. Okay, so now the Earth, apart from rotating around its own axis, also revolves around the Sun. Okay, you can see in the top left a representation of that. It's a slightly elliptic path around the Sun, but the key aspect of that is that the Earth axis is actually tilted by 23.5 degrees, and because of that there is the seasons. So in some time of the year there is regions are located closer to the Sun, and in other parts and other seasons they are located farther away from the Sun. Okay, and these latitudes, it's the limit of the shortest distance to the Sun. They're called Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer. Okay, so that is another aspect. The third aspect actually comes from the existence of the Moon. So the Moon revolves around the Earth. Again, you always see the same side of the Moon. Okay, you always see only one side, so the Earth doesn't revolve in the same sense that the Sun-Earth system does. And what the Moon does is that the Moon creates, like the Sun, creates tides in the ocean. And that's to do with the gravitational forces that you have between two celestial bodies. Again, that's the significance of the Moon. And you can see a little sequence of the moon phases, where you have the full moon is when you can see the full moon, and the new moon is the time when you essentially don't see any moon, and you always go through these phases of the moon. Okay, and you have different time scales associated with these movement patterns. You know, you have a diurnal time scale, 24 hours, and you have the time scale of a full year, which captures the seasons, and the time scale associated with the moon progression is called the lunar month, and it's actually 29.5 days long, the lunar month.